Hey, what's up, world? I'm Kat Harvey of the top radio show, Kat Harvey Show, and I'm so excited to have a young boss beside me. It's long, long overdue. She needs no introduction. She's a mother. She's an entrepreneur. She's one of the top radio personalities, not only here, but I think in the U.S. And she needs no introduction, and she's definitely fashionable, a lot of great businesses, and we're going to get into a lot of great things for today's show. So please welcome Miss Vic Jagger. How you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for having me. Finally, I made it here. I'm super excited to be here.
Yeah, thank you for coming. So can you introduce yourself to the world today?
Well, I'm Vic Jagger. I have my own midday show on Magic 102.3, VJ in the Midday. I'm also on the nationally syndicated Russ Parr Morning Show. And I'm like 1/5 of the show. So, it's been a great ride. I've been in radio since 2002. And I'm also the owner of Private Sweet Collection. I do candles, beard butters, fragrances, home fragrances, and home decor.
Oh, wow,
So,
that's a lot. You do it all.
I was trying to think of everything I have on the site. I'm like, okay, did I get it all? Yeah.
So, what is Vic's passion?
My passion, I would say, is to entertain and to just make people happy, to satisfy, to I always say it always feels good, especially when I started radio. It always felt good for people to email me and let me know, like, I couldn't get out of bed today, but I heard you say such and such, and they say the joke, they say how I said it, and and it just made them get out of bed, or it made them laugh, it made them feel better.
Yeah.
And so that makes me feel good to know that I'm motivating a lot of people.
Yeah.
And once, it was a long time before I knew what my passion was, right?
And
So
did you get discouraged? 'Cause I know a lot of people do when they, especially when you kind of reach 21 or 25 and you still like, man, I don't know what I want to do.
I started radio when I was 20, and I was making money. I was, I had a nice car. I had a house. I had just had my son. I was still finishing college.
Wow.
And I was just carefree. I was happy to be there. We were going on tours, national tours. We
Wow.
worked with artists before they became big. Alicia Keys, Chris Brown actually attended the Russ Bus tour, and he told us, he just came up to us and was like, I want to be on this tour one day. And then the next year, I think his song was Run It. He had like one song, and then he just blew up.
Yeah.
And so doing all that, I still didn't really know what my passion was. I didn't know. I knew that it felt good for people to email me and let me know. But once I left,
Yeah.
and I wrote an ebook, and I really started to find myself, because for so many years it's been all about radio. But I'm like, what about me? Like, what do I love to do? What am I here for? What is my purpose?
Right.
Lord, my life is falling apart. I don't.
Yeah.
And once I started pouring all my emotions and how I kind of got through all of it, because it does feel like your life is just crumbling, people would email me, the people that listen to the show.
Yeah.
I'm still following you. Whatever you do next, I'm supporting you.
That's awesome.
And I'm just like, they're looking at my life like it's just this, and I'm balled up crying every day. Like, what is life about? And, it motivated me to start my own thing. I started doing stuff on YouTube, and then I started the Gabulous Life, which is my lifestyle site that I'm actually redoing to focus on food and music.
Okay.
Because I think I wanted one focus, that's something that interests me. I mean, entertainment is cool, gossip, but how long can you want to talk about people's business, especially when you don't really want people in your business stuff? Yeah. So, doing all that, I was like, you know what? My passion is really to motivate people and to let them know you can do whatever you want to do.
Exactly.
I have been to the bottom of the bottom, and I was able, once I started to believe in myself, once I started to think positive and really know that there is always more. You at the bottom. The only place you can go is up.
Yep.
And that's what I told myself a lot. So that's when I really found like my passion is to really motivate, entertain, make people laugh. You know,
Yeah.
life is
You definitely do
hard. You
that.
gotta
Yeah.
laugh. Life is hard.
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
true. So speaking about motivation, being a young mother, I didn't even know she had an 11-year-old son.
Mm.
That's
Yeah.
crazy because she looks great.
Thank you.
Goals,
Thank
right?
you.
But being a young mother, and I know so many. I have friends, and I'm sure you do, friends or family who have young kids, and they make so many excuses. So how are you not able to use your son as an excuse as to why you're not successful?
Um, I think I owe a lot of that to my family
Okay.
because I do have a lot of family here. And I think without my mom, without my grandmother, my great grandmother, rest her soul, I mean, she watched him before he could walk, all that. She watched him up until the time he could really go to daycare. Like, not daycare, but it was like a preschool type of thing.
Yeah.
So had I not had that, I would have been struggling to pay for daycare. I would have, and mind you, I was still in radio. I was still young. I was 23. I don't know what the, life happens, and you just gotta, you gotta keep pushing. And my family has really been there to help me a lot with my son. You know what I mean? So, I mean, having a child doesn't mean that life stops. And I think a lot of people, they tried to tell me that, like, oh, you can't do this, you can't go out, you can't travel, you can't. Oh, yes, I can. Yes, I can, because I still have a life, and I'm still molding and motivating my son, and teaching him. He learned to read before he even started school. Wow. So you know what I mean. So it's possible. You just have to really organize your life. You have to. You have to prioritize things. Yeah. You have to make time for yourself, which I'm still struggling with now. But you can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are some important lessons you want your son to learn from you?
I really want him to learn to always have something of your own. And if you ask him right now, he's like, oh, I can work for somebody. I'm good. As long as I get a check. Like, that's his mentality. Like, I really don't want to own anything. And so I'm trying to, I think it's just a boy thing right now. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, because his friends are like the same way. His friends at school. Wow. And I'm like, you see, I have a business, but mommy still has a career. Yeah. But, if the career, God forbid, the career goes away, I still have my business. I still know how to write. I still can freelance and make a way. I want him to learn the art of hustling. Yep, it's important. Because you always have to have something going on, and you always have to be 2 steps ahead. Because I didn't understand that when I was making a lot. It makes me sick to think about how much money I blew
on clothes in my 20s. And
just
going out,
doing just dumb stuff that I could have bought property. I could have been doing so much stuff, and then I'll go back and I look at my tax forms from back then. I'm like, when did all this? What was I doing? Yeah. And so, I want him to learn the value of a dollar, but he's a kid. So I'm sure my mother was thinking the same thing, like, you don't save anything. I think my sister was a saver.
Oh, she was? Okay.
She's like the saver. Me, what is it? Let's get it.
Right.
But now I'm more, I'm careful with it, and I want to teach him that now. I opened up a bank account for him. He has a debit card.
That's good.
He has a savings account. I have a savings account for him. Okay. Because ask him what's in his checking account right now. Games. Like, he spent, and like, it's a kid thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I'm trying to teach him the value of a dollar and saving and having your own and always having something going on for you.
So I want to get into the nitty gritty part. What is the most unglamorous, challenging things that you feel like you do, especially on air or even off air, that people don't get to see?
First of all, I think just being a woman in the industry, period, people expect you to look a certain way, to dress a certain way, to act a certain way.
Yeah.
And for me, like not having makeup on and having guests pop up on the show is like my work. Like I hate it. I'm like, can y'all give me a heads up? Can I put some eyebrows or something on, like some lashes?
Not
like
your
y'all got
eyebrows.
me in here dry, and y'all want to do video for the website, and so
wow.
that leaves it open for. I'm not there yet with people picking me apart. Like people do reality TV,
Of
people do
course.
TV,
Yeah.
and they get picked apart all the time.
That's true.
They are always arguing on social media. Now I get one or two people that'll say something and I'll say something that is out of character, and then I'll block them.
Yeah, of course.
But I can't imagine like hundreds or thousands of people coming at me, and so I'm just not prepared for that right now. But I think just unglamorous would be like, we come to work any type of way. We used to dress any type of way. Once I started on my own show, I was like, like I don't. If you catch me at work, I'm in workout clothes and I'm in, or I'm jeans and t-shirt type of situation. But long hours, for me, lack of sleep, switching the mommy hat, work, career hat, business hat, my own business, mommy hat, and then trying to have my own social life. And just trying to block out, just trying to love yourself in a world that's so fake, and just and people that are so fake, and always having to people always when I meet them, how do you have so much energy? Why are you always smiling all the time? Where does all this happiness and this
you
energy
have
and
to,
this joy?
man.
And I'm like, I turn it on. Like every day is not a good day for me. There are some days I don't want to get out of bed.
Yeah.
There are some days I feel horrible. But I come in work. I come into work. I smile, and I entertain. Because you never know who is the first person, if it's their first time hearing you. So you know what I mean. Like, so for me, that's the unglamorous part. Like just feeling like, not feeling like ish, and you still got to keep it moving.
That's true.
Yeah.
So, I know that you are very spiritual. So I want to touch on that for a second. What two, or maybe three, probably two situations do you feel like God kind of showed you the most favor? And I guess he done some things that you were like, okay, God could have only did this that people may not know about.
Where do I start? My entire story. From growing up to now, I mean, most recently, I would say when I left radio, I had just turned 30. I felt like, I felt like I had done everything that there was to do. So I was kind of comfortable. I will say I was comfortable. And so it was just like, when you get comfortable, sometimes you're like, and I have been praying for change, just praying for opportunities and change. And then all of a sudden, I got let go. I wasn't there anymore. And I lost my car. I lost my house. I had to give up my car. I had to sell my house. I had to move back home. I had to Uber everywhere. Not the song, but yeah. But I had to walk my son to school every day. It was such a humbling experience, and it was hard for me to adjust, to feel like you just lost everything. And at the time, I didn't realize. I was just like, what am I going to do? Wow. So I prayed about it, kept praying about it. I joined, my girlfriend has a prayer club, a prayer call that she does. So I used to go on there, and I just used to vent and talk about different things. And one day, I got a call from Russ, and he and I had been doing Roland Martin's show, and I had been doing like different things here and there, but it's still, and I don't know, know how I got the strength and the motivation to start my own business and start. That's, you know,
Yeah.
I did all that. What the turning point for me was, Russ was like, hey, they possibly have an opening in Atlanta. Well, they do have an opening in Atlanta, and I want you to audition. I was like, what? And this is for like Ricky Smiley morning show. So I was like,
wow.
oh, okay. You know, I came to the station. I recorded some stuff. Russ let me come in there and record stuff, and I ended up going to Atlanta for a week and trying out. It was great. It was fun. After that, I went to Dallas. I spent some time with Alfreda's, and you
Okay.
know, and then Russ was like, well, how would you like to come back to the show? And I was like, really? And he was like, you know, they're doing a new show here on this station, but we're moving to this station. So if you want to come, I was like, I'm gonna go back where I'm comfortable, like where I know people.
Yeah.
And so it just went from me losing everything to getting back on this national radio show. And when I was thinking about losing things, for me to buy a new property, to start clean and all that, they said I had to wait 3 years.
Wow.
It was 3 years when I got hired. So now I got this steady check, this, you know, and now I can really start clean. I bought a car, I bought another car, and it was just like a clean slate. Like my insurance, everything had dropped off my insurance, like any type of accident, because it had been 3 years. So it was just like everything just started to add up, and I started to realize why I had to go through all this, because that car was way too expensive for me. That's number one.
Well, you know, you want to get something, you get
exactly.
it. Yep.
I had a really nice car. It was way too expensive. God just was like, no, you didn't need that. The house, it was too far. It was so far from my family. And so it was just like, okay. So now you can get the house that you want in DC. Now you can get a car you can pay off.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I mean? And then God was like, and you know what? You just got this new job. And I was working my butt off for 6 months. It wasn't even a year yet.
Okay.
Midday position opens up. Do you want that? Do you want this opportunity? I was so scared, but I was just like, yep. So, you know, it was just like one thing after the other. And now I have my own show. Yep. And I'm still on the morning show. So it was like, thank you, Jesus. Yes. Like, I just came from the bottom and like, look, you know.
I would have never thought that, you know, from hearing you and seeing your post, that all that would have happened.
Yeah. Because, you know, I didn't put everything out there. Of course, the people that were close to me did. But I did put it in my digital book that I did. It was called Unbothered. And this was before the Unbothered, like everybody started doing the hashtag. This was before then, okay? But it was called Unbothered because of everything that had happened. I was still standing and I was still moving forward. And it has really been a journey. And I'm still learning, and I'm in this new space.
Yep.
So I'm just happy, like, and I'm happy within. I don't think at the time that I was really truly happy within. And now I'm just like, you know, I'm at peace. And that's what I say. I always pray for peace.
Yes.
Always. Peace of mind. Always pray for peace of mind and clarity.
Yep.
So anything that I'm dealing with, I can't even say that I have bad days like that. Like, because the next day.
You sounded like Donnie Simpson. Donnie Simpson said he don't have bad days. He just said the same thing. And I looked at him like he had 4 heads. I'm like,
I see him every day, and I have to get my hug because he just has this energy.
Oh my gosh.
And
it's incredible.
And you know, and he always has encouraging words for me, and I don't know, it's just such a different, like when I came back, I won like employee of the year. I mean, not employee of the year, employee of the month. And then they threw like a surprise like birthday party. It was just a different.
That's sweet.
Yeah, it was just a different energy from me coming back because I changed my energy. And I think before it was like when you dread, just like coming in there like, oh God, I gotta deal with people that I don't necessarily care for or whatever. Like even the people that I know dog me out. I know for a fact they dog me out. I smile and I say good morning and I say, hey, how you doing? And I keep it moving. I treat everybody the same.
Okay.
And the old me, no. The old me,
So what advice would you give to, people, a lot of people look up to you, for people that want to get started in the radio industry, whether they have experience or not. So what are some nuggets would you give to them?
First of all, keep pushing because you're going to get pushed back. You are going to get pushed back, but you got to keep pushing.
Yeah.
And I say that because everybody wants to do radio. They want to be entertainment. They want to do TV. And they don't understand that sometimes it's a microwave type of situation where you hot right now and then boom, you get put on because you got 2 million followers and whatever, and it just happens. But then you have people who really have been working years and years and years to get to a place, and once they're there, they don't want to pull nobody else up that just has the talent or whatever. So you really have to create your own lane, and relationships are so important.
Wow.
Relationships are just the key to everything. Even if I try not to even leave people on a bad note, like even if we didn't agree or we don't mesh that well, I try not to leave it on it, because you never know who knows who's friends with who, and they could be the one that's like, don't even, girl, you know. I've had it happen, like, and these are people I've never met in my life, but they know somebody who doesn't like me. You know what I mean? And you would hope that people find out for themselves, but you know, so it's always.
But we all do that, you know. If a girlfriend said, "Don't mess with her," you be like, "Okay, I'm not gonna fool with her."
Exactly. So, but as I've gotten older and really thought about it, I'm like, that person hasn't really done nothing to me. You know you know what I mean? Like, all right, you don't rock with her like that unless it's, you know, I mean, something like major, like, but if it was just like, yeah, girl, because she was talking to, all right, no.
You're right. Not talking to some dude.
Yeah, you know.
Little petty stuff.
But I would say to get your foot in the door with radio, intern. If you have reached the age that you cannot really intern, you have to start at the bottom. Like, you really have to just get in promotions. You have to get in sales, maybe, like account executives. They do a lot of stuff. But once you're in, you just have to get your foot in the door. If you're an entry-level receptionist at the radio station, as long as you know who the program director is, the general manager, the personalities, you know, you create that relationship. Don't just go in there like, yeah, I want to be on the radio because I'm talented. They're gonna look at you like, okay, the crazy receptionist in here again talking. You know what I mean? Like, but you have to really nurture and create those relationships, and don't just ask people for things. What can you provide them? What value are you bringing to them? You know what I mean? So, that's like the biggest thing for me. Like, and just don't give up. If one person tells you no, guess what? They're just not the person that can give you the yes. Exactly. You got to move on to the person that can give you that yes. So don't just take no for an answer. No. Oh, no. All right. Well, you're not the person I need to talk to. Let me go find out who can give me the yes. You know what I mean? And all you need is one yes to really show and prove. All you need is that one opportunity. And if this person can't get it, keep trying. This person can't get it, keep trying. Keep trying. Yeah.
That's true. So you have a powerful quote before we wrap up that says, "You'll never have what you hate to see others with" on Instagram. What does that mean?
So that basically means you can, let's say God is showing you favor, and I'm going through a rainy season. You just got a new car. You got engaged. You got a new house, and you're like, ugh, I can't stand, like, you just hating on this person, like, oh yeah, she got a new house. Oh, she just got engaged. Oh, she got a new car. And you will never be blessed trying to diminish or hate or, you know, talk about what someone else has. You will never be blessed. You're blocking your own blessings. You should be happy for everyone. And, you know, we all have that social media thing where we see everybody's highlight reel. Nobody's gonna put their pink past due bills on there.
Right, exactly.
Nobody's gonna put that their car got repossessed. Nobody's gonna put that it just got evicted. Nobody's gonna put, that they just got beat up or lost their job, or whatever the case may be.
Right.
They're gonna put their vacations. They're gonna put their promotions. You know what I mean? So you always have to, if you see someone and they're showing favor, they're in their season. It's their time.
Right.
You wish them well.
That's true.
Pray for your own. Like, that's so great that she got engaged. Lord, whenever you see fit to send someone into my life, I'm open. You know what I mean? Like, don't hate on, you'll never be blessed with what you think you deserve.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you think you deserve. It's God's timing.
That's true.
I can say I want to be on whatever show, but you know what I mean? I can say I want $1 million, but until God is like, okay, here you go, it's not going to happen.
Right.
So, yeah.
So as we wrap up the show, can you tell the world where they can find and connect with you at any upcoming projects that you have?
Well, you can connect with me on social media at Victoria on Paper. It's across the board: Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, and PrivateSuiteCollection.com is my business, and MyMagicDC.com if you want to catch up with me on the radio.
Okay. Well, I thank you so much for coming to the show today. It means a lot to me. She's definitely goals.
Thank you.
11-year-old son. I'm like, girl, you're lying. Let me see your license.
Size 11 shoe.
Oh, me too.
And he's taller than me, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Grown man.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I see nothing but great things for you. Keep pushing, keep doing your thing, and I see nothing but success for you. So you guys, make sure you follow me at KatHarveySNL.com. Make sure you subscribe to my channel on YouTube, KatHarveySNL, and definitely check us out next time. Success, nothing less.